Henry Hill wasn't your typical gangster. He wasn't made. He was half Irish, half Sicilian, a mix that made him an outsider in the world of organized crime. But he grew up around the Lucchese crime family in East New York, a place where crime was a way of life. He started small, running errands, doing favors, anything to get noticed by the big guys. He learned the life, the code, the violence. He watched and absorbed everything. He was good at it, quickly gaining a reputation for being reliable and smart. He liked the money, the respect, the power. It was intoxicating. Hill worked his way up, becoming a trusted associate, someone the family could count on. He did hijackings, robberies, anything to make a buck. No job was too small or too big. He ran with Jimmy Burke, a cold-blooded killer with a knack for making money. Together, they were unstoppable. They were a team, loyal to a fault, always watching each other's backs. But their biggest score, the Lufthansa heist, would be their downfall. It was the heist of the century, but it brought too much heat. December 11th, 1978. The air was frigid, and the ground was blanketed in snow. John F. Kennedy International Airport, bustling with activity despite the cold. It was cold, the air thick with anticipation. Travelers hurried through the terminal, unaware of the impending chaos. A group of masked men stormed the Lufthansa cargo terminal. Their movements were precise, their intentions clear. They were quick, efficient, ruthless. Every second counted as they executed their plan with military precision. They knew what they were doing. Each man had a role, and they played it to perfection. They got away with nearly $6 million in cash and jewels. The haul was enormous, beyond their wildest dreams. It was the biggest cash robbery in American history at the time. News of the heist spread like wildfire. The world was in shock. People couldn't believe such a daring crime had taken place. How could something like this happen? How could a group of men pull off such a heist in broad daylight? The FBI launched a massive investigation. Every resource was deployed to track down the culprits. The pressure was on to find the perpetrators. Detectives worked around the clock, piecing together clues. Little did they know, the real story was even more unbelievable than they could have imagined. The twists and turns of the investigation would captivate the nation for years to come. The Lufthansa heist wasn't some spur-of-the-moment job. It was meticulously planned, months of surveillance, inside information. Jimmy Burke was the mastermind. He knew the airport like the back of his hand. He assembled a crew, guys he trusted, guys with nothing to lose. There was Tommy DeSimone, a loose cannon with a hair-trigger temper, Angelo Sipi, a master safecracker, Parnell Stacks Edwards responsible for disposing of the getaway van, and of course Henry Hill, the connected wise guy who helped set the whole thing in motion. The heist itself was over in minutes. The crew moved with precision and speed, executing their plan flawlessly. The crew stormed the terminal, overpowered the guards, and made off with the loot. They had rehearsed every detail, leaving nothing to chance. No shots fired, no casualties, a clean getaway. The streets were empty, and their escape route was clear. But the aftermath was anything but. The police were quickly on the scene and the investigation began immediately. Burke and Hill had warned the crew, no drugs, no gambling, lay low. They knew the heat would be intense. But greed and paranoia got the best of them. Some couldn't resist the urge to flaunt their newfound wealth. Stacks Edwards, high on cocaine, refused to ditch the van. His paranoia made him careless. It was found, filled with fingerprints. Then the murders started. The van was a goldmine of evidence for the authorities. Burke, fearing loose ends, began eliminating anyone he thought posed a threat. The body count rose. Trust within the crew disintegrated. The FBI was closing in. With each passing day, the noose tightened, and the once seamless operation began to unravel.